I can do what I want when I want to do it. I can do what I need when I need to get through it. When I need someone else, can't be too proud for help, but gotta look after myself. Sometimes it can get lonely, never living in the moment. When the sun is shining, hope that I'm reminded, like how the clouds keep changing. I'm always steady rearranging, going back to the basics of what a good day is. What a good day is. And that's exactly what the day is, but it's exactly what you make it. So please don't go wasting, and I'll do the same, even if it's raining. How could I complain? And my feels got me feeling some type of way. You always free to take a break. Hope you feel what I felt. You gotta look after yourself. Sometimes it can get lonely, never living in the moment. When the sun is shining, hope that I'm reminded, like how the clouds keep changing. I'm always steady rearranging, going back to the basics of what a good day is. Of what a good day is. What a good day is. And that's exactly what the day is.
All right, it is that time. Y'all know what to do. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can see me. We about to get into it. Hopefully we're all set up in here. Oh, there we go. Looking all crispy and clean on the screen. Welcome, y'all. Welcome back to another YouTube live stream and another episode of the Music Morning Show. I am your host, Classy Beats of ClassyBeats.com, and we're gonna get into it. We got some breaking news for y'all when it comes to Diddy, when it comes to Fani Willis. A lot of crazy stuff going on, but hopefully y'all are doing good on this Friday. We made it through another week, man. You gotta give a round of applause for that. Let me know how y'all are doing and how you're feeling in the chat. I gotta say what's up to the people who are in the building, though. Good to see everybody in here. Of course, we got my awesome, amazing Amy is up in here first thing in the morning. Good to see you. Shout out to Michi is up in here. A Fitz, my guy Les Cleaver is in the building. We got Alabama Gigi up in here. Okay. And then who else did I miss? I'm gonna get to the super chats as well. Thank y'all for the super chats. We've got Libby22 SC Girl is in here. Valencia. We've got Beautiful Butterflies back at it. Ryan S. Good morning. Slim Life is in here as well. Serotonin. We've got Power Folk Living. Mo Mack is in here. Kara Hampton. Tada. I already said A Fitz, but I'll say it one more time. We got Joyce Walker in here. Good morning. Keyshawn is in here as well. What's up, Keyshawn? We've got Paula Eyes is in the building too. Good to see you. Lisa Paxton, good morning. Oh my gosh, everybody's in here. Trisha's back at it. Nurse Jackie in the UK. Shout out to the UK gang. Good afternoon to y'all. We got Rolling Up. My dog is in here. Good morning, Rolling Up. And then, of course, we got a bunch of y'all in here as well that I didn't get to. I'm going to be saying good morning as we go throughout the show. Thank y'all for being here. If you could, please make sure that you like the video on your way in. Not only is it free, not only does it help the show continue to grow, but it lets the algorithm know that you guys are enjoying the show, having a great time here on this Friday, and it shares the video on the channel with more people. Also, it only takes 2 seconds, okay? Come on, there's no excuses. Just like the video, and I do appreciate it, all right? So let me read some of these super chats and then we will get right into the show. First off, who do we have up in here? I saw a couple of y'all sending in super chats. We've got Nana Banana in the building with her 3-month milestone. Shout out to Nana Banana. Thank you for being a member for 3 months. She says, good day, Classy. Good day, Classy Beats, Amy E, and the gang. Have a great weekend from Nana Banana. Appreciate you. We've also got Michi in here who shows up continuously and is showing major love and support. So thank you so much for the support and for the 5-bomb. Michi says, happy Friday, CEB family. Like, comment, subscribe. It's free. She knows. And Classy Beats provides great content and music in these YouTube streets. Thank you so much. Love to Amy E. Thank you as well. Shout out to Amy, man. She does so much here behind the scenes. Y'all see her active every single show in the chat as well. Thank you, Amy, for all that you do. Definitely the MVP of this channel. We've also got Slim Life is in here with the 5-bomb. Says happy Friday. What y'all got going on this weekend? Let me know what y'all are getting into this weekend. I'd love to see what y'all are doing. I know we've got baseball practice this weekend. We've got softball practice this weekend, and I'm looking at the weather. It is not going to be fun. I'm not going to lie to y'all. So if you're going outside or if you have to be outside this weekend, make sure you bundle up. Now, I'm in Atlanta, so a lot of you are dealing with 12-degree weather, -15 I saw for a couple people, so I shouldn't complain. But hey, in Atlanta, 30 degrees and below, it's cold, okay? So it's cold in Texas. Some of y'all are saying, looking forward to the temperatures above 30. Yep, I hear that as well. Shout out to Amy saying thank you. I appreciate you, Amy. And a lot of y'all are saying good morning, good morning. Ducky Dexter's in here too. Good to see you, Ducky Dexter. Amy said it's cuddle weather. I know that's right. Definitely great cuddle weather. We'll be getting some cuddles in this weekend for sure. It's 38 in what is that? What is that? Maryland? Oh, that's not bad for Maryland this time of year. Looking forward to the temperatures above 30. Yep, already got that one. Let me know where y'all are from too. Shout out your city while we're looking at it. And let me know where y'all are at. I know we've got some folks for the UK. Shout out to the international gang as well. Those of y'all across the pond continuing to show up. We've got some from down under as well. A lot of people from Australia have been tuning into the show, so I appreciate y'all. Also, Slim Life just gifted a membership. It looks like Kim Roberts got it. Make sure you say thank you to Slim Life for gifting that membership. We've got Lexington, Kentucky in the building. UK is always cold and wet. That's true. Charlotte, North Carolina. Nurse Jackie said it's actually warm there in the UK. Okay. It's 72 in Fort Lauderdale. I love Fort Lauderdale, man. Growing up as a kid, I would take so many trips down there. My grandparents, they had some timeshares, and we would go with them whenever they would go down to Fort Lauderdale, Daytona, Orlando. And Fort Lauderdale is one of my favorite places to visit. So many good places to eat there too. Shout out to Fort Lauderdale. It's 72 though. We're in the wrong place right now. Good Lord. It's 7 degrees Celsius in New York. Oh man. Charleston, South Carolina in the building. Shout out to the 843. I think they've got 864 out there now too. 41 in Tacoma, Washington, Kingsland, Georgia. It's cold here. San Diego, I know it's beautiful right now. Delray Beach, Florida. Dallas, it's cold. What's the temperature in Dallas? We've got Effingham, Illinois. Definitely freezing out there. I think y'all just got some snow, or it was some I saw somewhere in Illinois, there was some flooding, and then I think the next morning it froze over. So the whole street was flooded and then frozen. People couldn't get into their cars. Man, it's a mess out there, but hopefully y'all are safe and warm. We've got Wyoming in here, Inglewood, California. It's 55. Oh man. LA's in the building checking in. Warm and wet sounds better, says Amy. You already know. We've got Atlanta. It's freezing right now. Yeah, shout out to Cynthia R right here in Atlanta with us in Fulton County. Different part of the UK, it's 52. Shout out to the 307. 72 degrees is amazing for right now. Shout out to Happily Angry Lawyer in here. He says you're like an honorary Florida man. I really am. I've got so much family out there, and I would take trips to Florida 3, 4, 5 times a year. So I know Florida, that Florida area, especially the East Coast, very, very well. Yeah, and shout out to Tampa. Those of y'all on the West Coast of Florida too. We've got New York. It's 19 degrees. Oh, man, why? 19 degrees in Kentucky. It's cold in Houston. Yeah, Charleston, South Carolina got to 21. last night. Yep, I've got family out there, and they were complaining about the weather. That's too cold for South Carolina. I think people, they're probably struggling right now. New York is 31, 29 right now. Geez, New York is not snowing. It's not snowing, but it's cold. Miscalculated the Celsius number. No, you're good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't do the calculus. We got 17 degrees Fahrenheit in New York. Nope. Lincolnshire, it's 15. Oh, 15 degrees. So it's 60 degrees Fahrenheit. I see. Heat wave here today, 31. Where are you at? That's a heat wave. Oh my gosh. Good morning again. Antoinette Smith is in the building too. Good to see you. 25 in Arkansas, 56 in St. Petersburg. Now y'all can keep all that, man. I love the cold weather, and I honestly would rather be in the cold weather or in the colder weather, but I think it's time for the warm weather. I'm over it, man. I'm over it. I'm ready for it to warm up. I want to get out and ride my bike, and my bike has been neglected so far. Also, I got to give a shout out over on Cash App. Shout out to, hold on. I want to make sure, I do not want to say your government name. So let me make sure I read this right. Oh, there it is. Shout out to Gemini Rising over on the Cash App. Just dropped the 10 bomb. Thank you so much, Gemini Rising. I appreciate the support and the love. Yeah. Oh, man. Trisha says it's 25 degrees in Brentwood, Tennessee. Shout out to Brentwood. I love that area. I love that area. Brentwood, Tennessee, going into Nashville. And then you got Columbia, Spring Hill. Oh, man. Tennessee is my favorite state by far. I miss it out there. Shout out to Trisha in Brentwood. She knows where I'm talking about. Yeah, Spring Hill is amazing. It's probably going crazy right now. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and get to the show. That is your local weather today, presented to you by the Music Morning Show. Hopefully y'all enjoy it. Thank you again, Gemini Rising, for the support. All right, so let's see what we're talking about. First, we got to get into some news. Y'all know she never disappoints, man. It's time for another Fani Willis roast session. So recently, in the last 24 hours, we've got some more news when it comes to what's going on with Fani Willis and her misconduct, not only during the Trump trial, but everything leading up to that and everything after. So we're going to check out the news and see what they're saying over at Fox 5 Atlanta. Fani Willis is now being forced to testify. She's been subpoenaed and she will appear in court. If she doesn't appear again, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Check this out from Fox 5 in Atlanta.
A state Senate committee investigating Fulton County DA Fani Willis says it will reissue a subpoena compelling her to testify. The Senate Special Committee looking into allegations of misconduct against Willis during her investigation in the 2020 Trump election case. Now, during Thursday's hearing, committee chair Bill Cowsert said he will make every effort to have DA Willis testify during this legislative session.
We'll see.
Willis defied a subpoena to testify last year, arguing the committee doesn't have the authority to subpoena her.
George.
So basically, she said, I'm going to do whatever I want to. And we actually covered that live. If y'all missed it, you can go back and watch the video where we covered it. Fani Willis basically saying she's going to do whatever she wants to. She didn't show up. They had the committee. They were there waiting for her. They went to check the door. She was gone. She did not show up. And she said, I don't care what y'all say. I don't have to. So here's what happened leading up to that and why she was able to be subpoenaed from Fox 5 in Atlanta.
A judge rules Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis can be subpoenaed by the state Senate. This comes as they continue to investigate possible misconduct during her prosecution of President-elect Donald Trump. Fox 5's Eric Perry is at the live desk on the story. Eric, what is the latest on this development?
Yeah, Christine, this comes just weeks after a state appeals court removed Willis from the Georgia election interference case against President-elect Trump. Now, DA Willis has until January 13th to submit arguments before a final order is ruled. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis is back in the spotlight after Superior Court Judge Shakira Ingram ruled she can face a subpoena by the Georgia State Senate.
And shout out to Judge Ingram. The Republican-led
Senate committee is looking into whether she engaged in misconduct during her prosecution of President-elect Donald Trump.
They are the head of all prosecutions in their county. So therefore, no one
Fani
should
is
be able
garbage.
to question them, right? Well, the Georgia Senate disagrees with that.
Trial attorney and political analyst Joshua Schiffer breaks down the decision. According to the ruling, Willis has until January 13th to submit arguments over whether the subpoenas require her to provide confidential information. Judge Ingram will then issue a final order saying what Willis has to respond to.
Prosecutors are used to strong independence and the exclusive duties and privileges of their position.
Former Georgia Governor Roy Barnes represents Willis in the case and says they want the ruling overturned and they plan to appeal. This also comes after a 2-1 ruling by the State of Appeals Court earlier this month, removing Willis from the Georgia election interference case against President-elect Trump, citing, quote, an appearance of impropriety. Willis's office is asking the Georgia Supreme Court to review that decision. This fight going back months. The Senate committee hoped to question Willis back in September, but she skipped that meeting. The committee turned to Judge Ingram in October, asking for Willis to comply with the subpoenas. Schiffer says, don't expect anything major to happen soon.
What this really does is moves the ball forward to an eventual date where Fani Willis will either have to show up and testify and bring some information.
And again, she's just continuing to push back against doing the right thing. We saw she already lost a lawsuit to the Judicial Watch because she wouldn't even comply to a simple open records request. I mean, she is just continuing to defy. And I haven't covered it yet, but there's so many dominoes that are falling here in Fulton County and across Atlanta. I mean, we've got a mayor getting kicked out of his office. We've got so many people resigning. We're going to get to that at a later date, probably coming up next week. But y'all stay tuned for that because there's a lot of crazy stuff going on here in Fulton County.
We know there's a lot to keep track of here, and here's something else to keep in mind. The current Georgia legislative term ends when new lawmakers are sworn in for their new term. Republican State Senator Greg Dolezal of Cumming says he plans to file to reestablish this committee at the beginning of the 2025 legislative session. We've reached out to the district attorney's office. We're waiting to hear back, but again, just something else adding on for her office there. At the live desk, I'm Eric Perry, Fox 5 News.
Read Eric.
All right, shout out to Eric Perry. So let's get into this article and we'll actually break down why they're subpoenaing Fani Willis and what she may actually have to provide to them once she shows, if she shows up. Shout out to, again, News 2 here in Atlanta. They say investigative committee looking into Fani Willis's conduct issues a subpoena for her to testify. So what's going on? Channel 2 Action News has obtained a subpoena issued by Senator Bill Calsert's Special Investigative Committee ordering Fulton County's District Attorney Fani Willis to come and testify. They already tried this once, and we heard from Bill before during that hearing. That committee met on Thursday, but Willis was not there. Willis has fought that in court insists the committee did not have the constitutional authority to issue that subpoena, which they did. If she's not willing to come and explain her conduct or misconduct, we know it's misconduct, then we will subpoena her and ask her to come or require her to come, Bill says in a quote from Channel News 2's Richard Elliott. Willis lost the fight in the Superior Court, but her appeal is still pending before the Georgia Supreme Court. I think she's going to lose this again. Georgia Supreme Court has seen how everything has went from the way the Trump trial was handled to YSL, on and on and on. The DA's office has had so many missteps. There's no way they're going to bat an eye when it comes to allowing and forcing Fani Willis to provide this committee with what they need. Bill's committee is investigating Willis's prosecution of now President Donald Trump and others. He specifically wants to look into her personal relationship with former special prosecutor Nathan Wade. We know what was going on there. Wade stepped down after a judge ordered him to. I regret that my private matter became the focal point of this very important prosecution. Stop it, Fani. Fani and Wade told ABC News. Willis and others call Bill's investigation nothing more than a witch hunt, which is interesting because they were calling Donald Trump's entire indictment that. They called a witch hunt since his committee has no real authority to punish her other than potentially affecting some of her funding. So she was asking for funding as well. And, you know, we went through this too. She said she was going to sue. She was going to sue Pitts if she didn't get the funding that she needed to run her office correctly. So she said she was going to go after the Board of Commissioners. If she didn't get the funding that she needed, the Board of Commissioners says, hey, we don't care. This is what we have. Do what you have to do. We haven't seen a lawsuit come out from Fani Willis yet, but that recently happened over the last couple of weeks. Now they're saying that her being subpoenaed may affect and put a hold on some of the possible funding that she was going to receive from the Board of Commissioners. It's just a mess, man. She told Elliot months ago that she had no plans to testify. I will not appear to anything that is unlawful, and I have not broken the law in any way, Willis said. She did not testify on Thursday. It could have just been a reorganizational hearing for the new legislative session. So let me know what y'all think about this by Fani Willis. Is she going to be held accountable? Obviously, we've seen the court. One court has decided that she needs to appear, that she should appear. Now we have to wait for the Georgia Supreme Court and see what they say when it comes to Fani showing up for court, which you think would be simple. And if you don't have anything to hide, why wouldn't you show up? Either way, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Wow. What a mess, man. Fani Willis, she just loves to flex. And again, I blame us. I blame Fulton County for getting her back in office for another 4 years because, man, why should she listen? She did the same thing to get to where she is now. She got voted back in. Why shouldn't she keep doing the same thing? And I don't understand in this, especially in this instance, if you don't have anything to hide, why don't you just show up? Why not just go before the committee and say, hey, this is what went down. This is why I don't think this is a big deal. Just make it simple. But there's always a fight. And it makes you wonder why that is. Shout out to my dog, Mr. Brown in here, dropping the 5 bomb. Showing love with the super chat. Appreciate you, Mr. Brown. Shout out to you. Always showing up, always supporting. Thank you for the love, man. Fani is above the law. And she can, I mean, the most in the research I've done and from what I've seen and heard from others like Phil Holloway, from Ashley Merchant, it seems like the most that could happen to her is maybe she gets some type of fine. But from a legal standpoint, there's not a lot that can happen. Fani better not try this crap if Jim Jordan subpoenas her to testify before Congress. Man, listen, I've talked on this channel at length about what could possibly happen to Fani Willis moving forward, especially now that Donald Trump is not only in office, but they're cutting back on a lot of the additional spending through what's going on with Doge. We've had so many people here in Fulton County and in Atlanta step down. I mean, you've got, it's all a mess. Is this all for the 700K? The 700K and more than the 700K because they took trips together. So out of the money that she was paid, they took trips together. She was able to benefit from that. And it's just a bad look in the least. If they don't hold her accountable, her ego will be out of this world. And I think it already is. She will literally think she's untouchable. I think we're already at that point. That funding is for office. All right. The office that pays for the expensive Fani trips. Yep. Y'all said Ashley Merchant is still on the case. We'll see if she gets included in any of these hearings. What can she be hiding? That's a great question. Trump's lawyer is Gunna's lawyer. I'm sure they will look into that case as well. Yeah. And then only a fine from what? Yeah. Miss 86, and good morning to you, says that's it. Only a fine. From what I'm seeing, that's all could possibly happen to her. Shout out to Happily Angry Lawyers in the building. Good to see you, man. Y'all, if y'all don't follow Happily Angry Lawyer over on X. Make sure you do that. He always has some great takes and insight as well. And he's doing a lot of great work here in Fulton County too, man. Shout out to you. He says, if they call me, I can just tell them about the fraud. That's what I'm saying. Why is she? Why do you think there is so much of a hassle? Again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an attorney. I'm looking based off of the research that we've been able to do here and following this, following as things have went on. I would love to know. I would love to know why that's the case. Yeah, and shout out to FKA, Happily Angry Lawyer, aka Jim Arn here. He's doing some amazing work here in Fulton County. I'm not gonna get into it. Well, I don't want to say Jim. Happily Angry Lawyer, but yeah, y'all go check him out and show him some support because he's really out here putting in the work. Also, I mentioned you the other day. I'm trying to think of what it was about. It wasn't about Monktunk. It was when we were talking about the civil lawsuit and the civil lawsuit with ASAP Rocky and Joe Tacopina and Tacopina Law Firm. I would love to hear your thoughts on if you think they should take this all the way and if they're going to take this all the way, because I know you had some thoughts on that as well. Just let me know what you think in the comments as well. And thank you to Amy for dropping the YouTube channel. Oh, you have a YouTube channel? Hold on a second. I didn't know that. Okay, so we don't have anything here yet. But again, as I mentioned, he's got a link to his X over there. Y'all make sure you go show him some love. Happily Angry Lawyer, I want to see some content from you, man. I love your takes over on X. And you have some great insight as well. So I'm going to drop the link to his X in the chat too. Y'all make sure you go show him some love and give him a follow. Excellent, excellent, excellent attorney. And I appreciate you being here. All right, let's go ahead and get into our next topic. This is going to be a fun one. And I know a lot of y'all in the comments are going to have some thoughts on this. I know Jim's going to have some thoughts on this too. Let me update this headline because this whole thing has been a mess. And again, thank you to all of our amazing resident attorneys that are constantly in here showing love and support and giving insight. Y'all let me know what you think about this too, because he says no comment. Come on, Jim. Jim, don't do that to me, man. All right, so Jim's going to let me, he's going to let me be up here and say what I think. I can already tell you're trying to get me in trouble. I see what it is. You know I wouldn't do that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. So this is an interesting one. We've got 50 Cent versus Megan Cuniff. Now, a lot of you may know who Megan Cuniff is. We've actually reviewed some of our videos, her videos here on the channel. She was actually in the courtroom during the court proceedings for the ASAP Rocky trial, and she was giving some great insight into what was going on, what she was seeing, and how everything was playing out. Now, Megan recently has gotten a lot of backlash about her takes during the ASAP Rocky trial. I wanted to find that one video where she's saying what she thought the verdict was going to be. I'm not going to get into that side, but if you want to, you can go and find it. She had some strong thoughts about what the outcome of the ASAP Rocky trial was going to be. Being a content creator, you're not going to get it right every time. It happens. So during this whole ASAP Rocky trial, Megan again had a very strong stance on everything that was going on. It was her belief that Rocky was going to be found guilty on not one count, but both counts. 50 Cent, of course, being the amazing internet troll he is, he had to speak on it as well. He commented and put a post about it and said, man, I will bet anybody right now $500,000 that ASAP Rocky is going to be found not guilty. And of course, Megan, having her strong stance throughout this, she commented on the post and said, well, I'll take that bet. Now, fast forwarding to the end of the trial, as we know, congratulations to ASAP Rocky. He was found not guilty on both counts. He's a free man, and we're going to get to some of the success he's been seeing just a few days after he was found not guilty. But Megan was wrong. And now 50 Cent is looking for his money. He wants to get paid. So shout out to Complex Music for this article. We're going to get through it and see what's going on here. They say 50 Cent reminds Megan Kuniv of that $500,000 ASAP Rocky verdict bet. And he says, I need my money by Monday. Here we go. 50 Cent reminds Megan Kuniv of the $500,000 bet. And he needs his money by Monday, says Complex Music. All right. Following ASAP Rocky's acquittal in his assault trial, 50 Cent has playfully reminded reporter Megan Kuniv of a comment she left on his post saying he'd bet $500,000 on the rapper winning his case against ASAP Rocky. I got ASAP beating this case, 50 Cent says. I'll bet $500,000 on it. That boy ASAP Telly was just trying to get money, wrote 50 Cent in a post earlier this month. Fool, I was scared for my life, so I went back to the scene and I picked up these shells. The officer told him, hey, if you want to get some money, go to the hospital. Who wants the bet? Following Rocky's acquittal, 50 Cent shared a screenshot of the original post showing a comment from Megan Kuniv that reads, I'll take that bet. In the caption, he added, at Megan Kuniv, I'm going to need my money by Monday. Now, I see what y'all are saying in the chat. I think it's interesting that Complex said that 50 Cent has playfully reminded the reporter. We're going to see on Monday, but y'all will have to let me know what you think in the comments in the chat. Do you think 50 Cent is actually going to follow through on this? I think it would be an interesting thing if he did. I hope not for Megan's sake, because 50 Cent can afford it. I don't know if Megan can afford it or if she even has the time to deal with this. So I hope for her sake that this is just a joke, because just going through the legal back and forth alone could be annoying. So here's the original post. Y'all can see a picture of that where 50 Cent said that. And then you've got Megan on the post saying, I'll take that bet. All right. Now, Megan Kuniv is a seasoned legal reporter, was likely joking when she wrote the comment, but she should know better than to even joke about potentially owing 50 Cent some money. The rapper has famously asked people to give him money he believes he's owed on social media many times, including Young Buck last year. 50 Cent has been following Rocky's case very closely, frequently posts the latest updates on his Instagram. Not guilty, he wrote alongside a picture of Rocky when the news broke. I told Ninja, he put the ninjas emoji, I would bet $500K he's going to beat it when ASAP Telly started getting tired of telling 5 days straight. Now stay sucker free. So he had the smoke for ASAP Relly too. Well, I guess we're just going to call him Relly now, because I think he's going to have to drop the whole ASAP thing. Now, I'm glad we have some of our amazing attorneys here, because I did some research and I looked up what possibly could happen, if anything, from this lackadaisical online Instagram bet that they made. And I've got a couple notes here I want to go over with y'all, and you let me know what you think in the comments in the chat. All right. So first of all, you got to look at the gambling laws. I don't know how this would apply to social media. I'm sure our amazing attorneys here in the community can tell us, but in many jurisdictions, bets are considered a form of gambling, and most gambling contracts are unenforceable unless they're placed through a licensed bookmaker or in a legal setting. Instagram, I highly doubt, is a legally binding setting. Well, in most cases, right? Contract information. A legally binding contract requires offer and acceptance. All right. That didn't happen here. Well, did it? One party must propose a bet and the other must clearly accept it. Uh-oh. Consideration. Each party must risk something of value. Intent to create legal relations. Courts typically presume that social bets or social media bets are not legally binding in general, right? But hey, there's a first time for everything. Statute of fraud. Some jurisdictions require certain agreements, including bets or wagers, to be in writing to be enforceable. Technically, this is in writing, right? Unless she says she got hacked. I don't know. Public policy and morality. Courts may refuse to enforce bets on ethical or public policy grounds. Illegal activities, bets harming the public interest, whatever. Online and public statements. Here we go. If a bet is publicly made on social media or in a public setting, the enforceability depends on whether the statement is seen as serious or legally binding. Now, this is going to be interesting. Not only because, I mean, who's to say if 50 Cent was joking? I don't think he was joking. I think if the right person came along, say maybe let's just say Drake, for instance, and Drake said the comment that Megan did, he would hold him to it. He'd say, man, hey, run me my money. And Drake probably would in that instance, right? But in this case, depending on how 50 Cent reacts, Megan might have a little bit of a fight on her hands. I can't imagine that this would get granted or that she would have to pay, but the back and forth is going to cost her some cash. All right, here's the relevant legal cases. You may have heard of some of these. We've got Carlisle versus the Carbolic Smoke Ball Company. I'm not going to get into that one. Denny versus Reppert. Won't get into that as well. But this one, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of, and they actually did a Netflix documentary on this, which I've watched a while back. PepsiCo Harrier jet case. This one was interesting. In Leonard versus PepsiCo Inc., a man tried to enforce a public advertisement where Pepsi jokingly offered a Harrier jet for 7 million Pepsi points. The court ruled it was not a legitimate offer because it was obviously a joke and lacked serious contractual intent. But it was funny to see this play out. If y'all haven't watched that documentary, I wish I would have the name of the documentary in there, but make sure you go watch it because it was actually pretty funny to see how everything played out. And then, of course, we've got some examples of what could possibly happen today and what might apply in this instance. First, social media challenges and bets. In some cases, individuals have sued over publicly accepted bets. Or challenges, but courts often dismiss them if there was no clear contractual intent. All right, so do you guys think this exchange right here, I'll bet 50K, and then someone saying, I'll take that bet. Do you all think that there was a clear contractual intent? I'm going to leave that up to y'all. And then last but not least, verbal and bar bets. Some courts have upheld bets when there was clear evidence that both parties intended to be bound and consideration was exchanged. Now, imagine if 50 Cent DM'd Megan was like, hey, I'm serious about this 500K bet. And Megan says, all right, fine, let's do it. Then that's probably going to be an issue, right? So either way, y'all let me know what you think about this in the comments in the chat. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this plays out. Hopefully, again, for Megan's sake, she doesn't have to go through the legal process because it's just annoying and it's going to cost a lot of money and time, but we'll see what happens moving forward. Shout out to the gang in here as well. I know the lawyers in the chat are going crazy right now. Shout out to my guy, Happily Angry Lawyer. He says it's an issue with acceptance. Doesn't seem like 50 took the bet. Great point. He never responded to Megan. He didn't say, all right, it's on. And Megan did say, oh, no, I'm just kidding. Well, I guess Megan took it. Oh, man. See, now Jim, oh, man, Happily Angry Lawyer. He's backtracking a little bit. He said, well, Megan took it. I was wrong. I thought about it. I think 50 offered, then Megan accepted. Dang. Dang. Jim, what do you think? Do you think 50 is really going to follow through with this? I have to know your thoughts on this. Did I see the Fit Lawyer ATL in here too? Shout out to the Fit Lawyer ATL. We got the dream team up in here, the Fit Lawyer ATL and Jim R, aka the Happily Angry Lawyer, doing some great work to free Moonktunk out here. I wasn't going to bring it up, but since both of y'all are in here, man, they're out here working hard to free that guy, man. And listen, to both of y'all, let me know if there's anything we can do here on this channel to support y'all, to give y'all support, even as things go on, because I know y'all are putting in the work over there. But shout out to the Fit Lawyer ATL, also an amazing content creator. If y'all haven't checked out her YouTube channel, make sure you go show her some love. She's doing a lot of good work. Just did some great interviews with some attorneys who were working during the YSL trial. So make sure you go check her out and show her some love. Thanks for being here, Fit Lawyer ATL. Appreciate you. And thank you to Amy for dropping the link there too. And what does he say? He says, nah, it's illegal betting unless I'm missing something. I don't know, man. Ugh. And I guess my thing is the legal side of thing is fine. You know, let's set that aside. As I said, and as even the happily angry lawyer has mentioned before, what ends up happening is a lot of these cases, people just don't want to go through the trouble of seeing this through. So they'll end up settling, or, you know, they'll find other ways to get through this without seeing it through to the end. As we talked about with the civil case with ASAP Relly, or Relly in this instance. So if something does come up from 50 Cent, I want to know what y'all think. And happily angry lawyer, what do you think? Should Megan follow through with this and see it to the end? Because I'm going to tell you, I don't know what I would do. Oh man. 500K, I guess she probably wouldn't have a chance, wouldn't have a choice but to fight it, because that's a lot of money. Unless you want to settle and just say, hey man, 50, can I just run you $100 and then we settle this thing? I was just kidding. I learned my lesson. All right. Just give me a break. Shout out to, oh man, I'm going to mess this up. I think it's Jersey Nurse Kim in here. Just became a new member. Thank you, Jersey Nurse Kim. Appreciate you coming over to the member side. Make sure y'all check out all the members only content that's available too. We've got my guy, Dr. EJ, in here as well. Dropping the 5 memberships too. If y'all got a membership from Dr. EJ, make sure you say thank you. He's always in here showing support. Amazing moderator, amazing member of the community. He's out there doing the good work too. I appreciate you, Dr. EJ. Thank you for always stopping by. We've also got the Fit Lawyer ATL with the 20 bomb. Dang. Y'all are showing major love today. Shout out to the Fit Lawyer ATL. Again, if y'all haven't checked out her content, please make sure you do that. I went back and watched the last live stream she did. Absolutely amazing. I was watching her live. What day was that? Was it Tuesday? No. It wasn't. I think it was Tuesday. I was watching her live stream on Tuesday as well. Man, the quality of the content over there is absolutely amazing. Perfect. So y'all go check her out. Go show some love. Like the video. Watch every single video and live stream she has over there all the way through. Don't skip any ads so she can get her money, okay? And of course, always subscribe. Shout out to the Fit Lawyer ATL. And thank you, Amy, for dropping the link to her channel. Let me see what y'all are saying about this. No, I'm changing my mind again. Dang, Jim, come on, man. You're killing me. And Fit Lawyer ATL says, free Monk Tunk till it's backwards, man. I'm not going to bring up his past representation while y'all are in the chat, just because I don't like to keep things messy. But thank God, Monk Tunk now has some competent representation, because he needed it and he could have used it years ago. So yeah, free Monk Tunk, free Yak Gotti. Hopefully both of them are almost there. It's early out here. I'm not awake yet, says Jim. I love it. 50 knows she ain't got that kind of money. I don't think she does. Uh-oh. Well, we're going to find out if he follows through with it, right? If Megan would have won, would 50 Cent give her 500K? I don't think so. I mean, if she demanded it, maybe. Think about it for a second. Megan was the only one that I know of who was willing to step up and say, hey, I'll take that bet. If she won, do y'all think do y'all think Megan would have been on 50 Cent's ass? Like, hey, man, hey, we made a bet. Come on. Amy says she's allegedly worth $1.5 to $5 million. I don't know. Y'all believe that? Free Yak, man. Yeah, Free Yak got it for real. That one's wild. Leave the kings alone. These white folks shouldn't be focused on redemption. I don't even know what that means. Let me see for sure. The Fit Lawyer ATL has great content. She really does. Has nothing to do with had she won, would he have paid? The fact that he did win, we can't hypothesize about whether he would have paid if he had lost. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it doesn't make a difference. No, she wouldn't try to get the money from him. Okay, so most of y'all don't think she would have. Megan should have kept her mouth shut. She knows 50 Cent is the king of petty, and I'm here for it, man. I love to see it. Again, I hope she doesn't have to go through this battle, but it's definitely entertaining to see and watch. I would have end a date. Well, she's either worth that money and she can pay, or she'll be eating hot dogs and baked beef for a while. Net worth does not equal your liquid assets. That's a fact. When they go low, we go lower. Dang, Jim. Ew. Y'all are savage up in here. Oh my gosh. All right. Speaking of, let me go ahead. I need to close some of these links because my computer is starting to smoke a little bit. Speaking of ASAP Rocky, we do have some more breaking news on our guy ASAP Rocky, and I'm so excited and happy for him, man, that he can move on and just get over everything he had to go through with this BS of a criminal case. So let me go ahead and update this, and I'll put Rocky's face up there and we'll talk about it. We got to give congratulations again to ASAP Rocky. Big congratulations to this man. He is out here winning. Less than a week, just a few days after he's been found not guilty on not only one, but both counts. ASAP Rocky is taking home another win. Let's see what Complex is saying about ASAP Rocky. ASAP Rocky has been named the first ever creative director of Ray-Ban. So y'all give him a round of applause, man. This was breaking news this morning. Rocky's first project, the Blacked Out collection, is set to launch in April 2025, April this year. His role extends beyond eyewear design. He's also he'll also direct campaigns, reimagine Ray-Ban stores, and infuse the brand with influences from music, fashion, and the arts. Absolutely amazing. And this is a big deal. You know, a lot of y'all may know ASAP Rocky heavily involved in fashion, even when he was mainly focusing on the music side. A lot of it led into the fashion as well, which then cultivated and led into his relationship with Rihanna, and why they've both been able to grow some of the things that they've grown from a business aspect. But I want to get into this full articles too and see what all it's looking at managing. And I'm going to be honest, throughout this trial, I've become not only a fan of ASAP Rocky, but a fan of the ASAPs in general. I went and checked out ASAP 12's music. Absolutely amazing artist, man. He has a great, unique sound, super dope. I knew about some of the other ASAPs too, like ASAP Ferg. I heard some of his music, but this is so dope to see him winning from a business standpoint too. ASAP Rocky appointed as Ray-Ban's first ever creative director. All right, let's see what they're saying he's going to be doing. ASAP Rocky made history this month by becoming the first creative director for Ray-Ban Studios, a creative platform that celebrates the work and stories of musical artists. I've always admired Ray-Ban's ability to stay true to its roots while constantly evolving, he said in a press release. I'm excited to be a part of the strong heritage and development, the next chapter for an iconic brand like Ray-Ban. All right, you see ASAP Rocky there. And of course, they give a little bit of background. Flacco will commence his new role with the release of the Blacked Out collection, a batch of mega eyewear models updated with new ultra black lenses and gold plated detail. Hey, I've been needing some new sunglasses. I might have to check these out. The collection is set to arrive this April and promises to deliver classic frames with bold and modern influences. All right, he's winning, man. Ray-Ban transcends the eyewear industry, and it's not just a brand, it's a lifestyle. Ray-Ban president Leonardo Maria Di Vicino added, gosh, we're going to have to call him Leo for short. For nearly 80 years, the brand has been on the faces of the most iconic musicians, artists, actors, and heroes. Shaping and reshaping the status quo, leading cultural revolutions of all types. Today, we are welcoming A$AP Rocky into our family. He's a visionary artist and creator, Leo continued. His ability to push the boundaries of the diverse worlds he explores aligns with the Ray-Ban DNA. We are enforcing the brand's values in innovation, pioneering spirit, and courage. Let the future begin, he says. In addition to product design, Rocky will direct Ray-Ban brand campaigns and help redesign retail spaces with an emphasis on music and the arts. The appointment was announced Friday, February 20th, just days after Rocky secured a major legal win. The Harlem artist, born Rakim Mayers, as we know, is now gearing up to release his long-awaited fourth studio album, Don't Be Dumb. And we saw him teasing that over on X too. If y'all didn't see it, he teased it. And not only did he tease Don't Be Dumb, but Metro Boomin teased it as well, which means things are already in the works if they weren't already in the works before. And this is a great time for Rocky to capitalize on all the publicity that he's getting. Again, I knew who he was, but I wouldn't consider myself an A$AP Rocky fan. So I mean, keep going with it, Flacco, man. This is amazing. The project will serve as the follow-up to the 2018's testing and will reportedly include contributions from Tyler, the Creator, Metro Boomin, there it is, Alchemist, and Pharrell. Rocky spoke about Don't Be Dumb in the 2024 interview with Complex, shedding more light on why it's been delayed. There were different reasons why, mainly being leaks and clearance stuff, he said. But it gave me more time to be creative and put some finishing touches. I'm a perfectionist, and I think sometimes that's my own worst enemy. Yeah, as we know all too well. I like to keep revising and editing, pushing things to the limit. I want to explore every option and every possibility. I want to assure that all of my fans will be fulfilled when they get the music. Shout out and congratulations to A$AP Rocky. Constantly out here winning. You absolutely love to see it. And I think he's earned it. I think he's deserved it. He's put the work in and built this amazing brand, which I think a lot of us, especially in the content creation space, would aspire to get a deal and to be able to collaborate with a brand like Ray-Ban is absolutely amazing. Now, I'm going to be petty today. I'm not going to lie. I got to give some smoke to Relly, man. Speaking of Relly, you want to talk about someone who took a L? You got to talk about the wins with the losses too. A$AP Relly was spotted in the airport. I don't know what he was doing in the airport, but I think this is a video by the Shade Room. If y'all haven't seen this yet, check this out. I'm being petty today, y'all.
What's up? Do you have anything to say about yesterday? I know it was not a good day. Anything to say at all?
Look at this man.
You think because he is a famous guy that it was a fair trial?
Yo, where do y'all think Relly's going? Look at him. Look at this man. He's wearing a Doughboy Supreme t-shirt. Gosh. It's rough out here, man. He's hurting. He heard the question, he rolled his eyes, walked off. It's tough, man.
Anything to say?
Nope. Just a shame. Just a whole lot of shame.
What's up?
So I had to play that. I know I'm being super petty, but listen, man, when you come out and you make claims against someone who is found not guilty, you got to get the smoke. Now, as we know, although this is the end of the criminal trial, this isn't the end of the legal battles between A$AP Rocky and Relly. So if y'all want to find more information about that, I've reviewed at length both of the civil lawsuits filed against Joe Tacopina, ASAP Rocky, and the Tacopina law firm. You can find those in the description. And I'll also have the most recent one linked in this video as well. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments in the chat. Look at that man right there, man. Shout out to Relly. Hey, you win some, you lose some, I guess. So, yeah, I see y'all asking about the civil suit. So there's a hearing for the first civil suit. I just found out next Tuesday. Of course, y'all know we will be covering that. I can't imagine that it would be publicized or it would be live. But as soon as I find more details about that, I will let you know. But next Tuesday, there's a hearing for the civil suit. And the first civil suit is the one that talks about Relly's injuries, what happened to him during the shooting, his emotional distress, the loss in wages. It's another load of BS. But again, if y'all want to check that out, I'll drop the links in the description for you. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Brown, dropping the 2-bomb in here. Appreciate you, Mr. Brown. Always showing love, man. Thank you so much. And then we've got Ryan S in here gifting 5 memberships as well. I appreciate y'all. If you got a membership from Ryan, make sure you say thank you. All right, put some respect on Ryan's name and show her some love. Happily Angry Lawyer says that's worth at least like $2.75 in damages. God dang. Oh, yo, y'all are not showing Relly any grace. Oh man, got his 30 M&Ms in his pocket. Sheesh. Don't forget the scrape on his knuckles. Yeah, that's right. And then the 48-hour wait before he went to the hospital. Are you going to talk about the Rice Street probation officers? Shout out to Kim. Yes, I actually made a video about it and dropped it this morning. Oh dang, Amy, when did I drop that video? Dang, I don't know. I just be dropping videos out here, y'all. We so much content that we put out. It's insane. Yes, I actually posted a video about it, Kimberly, this morning. So it's out. We talked about it yesterday, but the clip is out this morning. Relly moving people are going to try him. I hope they don't, but people will taunt you in gangs. And he needs to find that island he was talking about and go out there, because this is not going to be pretty. Relly, this is how you make 30 mil and more. ASAP Rocky got the blueprint and you messed up, son. Yep. And again, don't sleep on the fact that ASAP Rocky does have dealings with Rock Nation. Y'all know Jay-Z, when you want to talk about connections, Jay-Z has a lot of connections on that side too. Please read the statement that Relly released. Relly released a statement. Are you serious? All right, let's do some live. Oh my gosh. I haven't seen it. Thank you, Amy, for dropping the link to the video. This is crazy. All right, so we've got a Facebook and an article. All right, so it looks like we're gonna have a new segment sponsored by the community. Thank y'all for this, because I didn't even know this existed. Samantha Crumbly is in here as well, dropping the 5-bomb, showing love. Oh my gosh. All right, so now let me change this headline. Since we're doing this, we're gonna pivot a little bit. You know, as a YouTuber and as a live streamer specifically, you gotta be able to pivot. And shout out to the community for giving us some of this news, because I don't catch everything. This is something we definitely got to cover. Oh my gosh, here we go. This is insane. All right, so we've got a video and we've got an article. So let's go into this and see what Relly's over here talking about. This clown, man. Oh man. All right, here we go. Oh, it's over on Facebook. My bad, y'all. Hold on a second. Here we go. All right. Shout out to Access,
whose real name is Rakeem Mayers, not guilty after he was accused of shooting his fellow hip-hop artist in 2021. Relly, whose real name is Terrell Efron, is sharing a message on his Instagram story, writing, quote, "Gossiping is a form of entertainment for people who have no meaningful goals or purpose in life. Hate me, bring shame to my name, say bad things about me, I don't care. Your existence doesn't add any value in my life."
See, it's funny to me when people say this kind of stuff and they post it on social media. They say, hey, all you people who are looking at this story and who are going to talk about this, I have something to say to you. I don't have anything to say to you. And I don't care what you think. Huh? If that's the case, then why even post this? Just go about your life. The amount of stuff that I ignore that's said about me, to me, in comments, it's like, I see it and I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll move on. I'm not going to make a social media post that says, all you guys that are talking about me, I don't care. Yeah, he's, okay.
His statement comes days after Rocky's attorney, Joe Tacopina, called Relly a, quote, "angry pathological liar who committed perjury again and again and again during his closing arguments." Meanwhile, Rocky was visibly overcome with emotion after the clerk read the verdict on February 18th. The 36-year-old jumped over the courtroom gallery to hug his longtime partner, Rihanna, who emotionally wrapped her arms around him.
We, the jury, the above and
that's a great moment, too.
Find the defendant,
ASAP dummy.
Rakeem Mayers, not guilty.
After the verdict was read, Rihanna reacted to the news on her Instagram story, writing, "The glory belongs to God and God alone.
Amen.
Thankful, humbled by his mercy," above an emoji of praying hands. Rihanna and Rocky shared 2 children together, 2-year-old Rizza and 18-month-old Riot. If Rocky had been found guilty, he could have faced up to 24 years in prison.
Crazy.
Los Angeles County District Attorney Nathan J. Hodgman released a statement following the verdict, which read in part, quote, "While today's verdict is not the outcome we sought, we respect the jury's decision and the integrity of our justice system. Our office remains committed to seeking accountability for those who break the law, no matter their status or influence. Fame does not place anyone above the law, and we will not waver in our pursuit of justice for victims and the community."
I think that's a fair statement. I'm not mad at that. When it comes to the law, though, that's the part I'm like, yeah. Integrity of the justice system. Oh, well, okay. But I'll give it to him. That was a fair statement. We'll keep it moving.
Community. Outside of the courtroom, Rocky's lawyer spoke to reporters and commented on the grand gesture the rapper did after the verdict was read.
Realize how athletic he was. He, in a single leap, went over the jury box. But I mean, the spectator row. Look, that was raw emotion. That was happiness.
Yeah.
You know, there was a moment where, before we heard the words from the clerk, you know, he didn't know if he was going to be spending the next 2 decades in jail or going home. And so when you hear those words, obviously, you know, I know how he was feeling. We've been in communication for the last few hours, and there's a lot on the line. He has 2 little children. He's got a beautiful wife, and he's got a family. And so that was raw emotion. You guys got to see that. And, you know, it was, even for us, I mean, it was insane. So it was just very, very satisfying. Well, they promised their 3rd kid would be named ASAP Joe. So that's
Shout out to ASAP Joe.
You know, what's next is they're going to move on. I mean, they have a lot of great things professionally to do. You know, Rocky's really at the height of his career. He's worked with Gucci, he's worked with Puma, he's got a lot of things going. Obviously, Rihanna is on top of the world, and they have 2 beautiful, beautiful children. And they have a family, and you saw them come together. And, you know, I took offense to the prosecutor, Lewin, saying that they manufactured some sort of appearance of a family.
Yeah, that was BS,
in his summation. But I think the jury obviously took offense to that, too. They're a family, and they were a family, and that's why she was here to support him, and that's why his kids came. He doesn't know when he's going to see them again, and if this didn't go well for him, not that I thought it wasn't going to, You know, so it was just beautiful to see. You know, this is what we do. We work hard, and these trials are hard, and they tax us, and you don't sleep. Yeah. But at the end of the day, this is what it's all about. That's why I went to law school. That's why he went to law school. So you see this, and it makes it all worthwhile.
All right, there it is, man. Shout out to Access for posting that. That was a dope article, and thank y'all for mentioning it too. I have an article I was going to read. I'm not going to read it because it basically says the same thing. I think it's interesting that that's the statement that really said. There's no gossip, man. We saw you on the stand. We saw you get up there and not only lie, but you were nervous. You were sweating. You changed your story while you were on the stand. You said things that didn't make sense. And then even before all of that, we know the police officer said there was no evidence of a shooting. All right, fine. Let's put that aside. You're going to tell me that those 7 officers went out there, they searched the area, and you, Detective ASAP Relly, were the one that found the shell casings? Went to a Dunkin' Donuts that wasn't even open? Had phone call conversations about the shooting that you alleged weren't real, or he said they were AI. Man, this guy, I don't know where it goes from here. I guess this is where it goes from here. I don't know.
What's up? Do you have anything to say about yesterday? I know it was not a good day.
He said, I know it was not a good day. Yeah. I wonder if they will dismiss this, claim. The first one, at least. The defamation, I could see how they could possibly get away with that when they may get something out of that. But the initial claim about his injuries, loss of wages, come on, man.
Anything to say at all?
Nope. Nothing.
You think because he is a famous guy that it was a fair trial?
Crazy.
Anything to say?
Taking pictures of him too.
What's up?
That's the story of Relly, man. I think this might be where it ends. I think that might be it for him. Y'all let me know what you think about this in the comments in the chat. And shout out to the community for putting me on to this information. Yikes. Old Scrape Knuckles. ASAP Knuckles. That's actually not a bad name. I think we're going to go with ASAP Knuckles on this one. Glad the reporter prepared for this. I don't know how they find these people. I guess they figure out what hotel they're staying at, and then they probably followed them to the airport. Man, being a reporter is insane. Is that LAX? I don't know. I haven't been to LAX in years, so I have no idea. Hope he moves out of New York. You think they care? Y'all think they care in New York? Relly, the walk of shame. Relly's taking his sad walk to his spirit flight day. You know it's bad when only one reporter is trying to interview you. It's Fort Lauderdale. Oh, okay. There you go. ASAP's on top of the world right now. Hey, that's true. Ain't no one gonna mess with him, especially not with ASAP Knuckles. Yeah, I like ASAP Knuckles. If someone said that, yes, the police didn't find the shell casings, but they did find the prop gun shell casings, but they didn't find the prop gun shell casings either. So if he was saying he did shoot a prop gun, where are the shell casings? Good question. Adios, y'all said bye-bye. Telly, called Rocky the 6-month man. Sounds like a hater with a lot of jealousy. Yeah, he clearly wanted Rocky to put him on, and it just wasn't happening. Somebody gonna crash out for the props. Really did the perp walk with no drugs. Monterisa says he should get $8.48 for the band-aids. Those are the flex ones too. Oh, those are nice. Those are nice. But yeah, when you get water on them though, they don't stick. They peel off. That's why I don't like those. Hope he's traveling back to the zoo, the old clown. Dang, y'all are cooking this man. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that. Only one reporter approached Relly and the other one was taking pictures of him. Yeah, and this is just the beginning of what's going to go down for Relly too. We'll get into that a little bit later. All right, we're going to skip ahead. We'll do that one in a minute. We're going to let's get into this YNW Melly update here. So let me do this and we'll update that. And where's Melly at? There he is. And also I want to say thank you too to everybody that liked the video so far. We are almost at a 100% like ratio. Thank you. Thank y'all for liking the video. Again, it's free and it really does help the channel continue to grow. So I appreciate it. All right. So we have some more news in, hold on a second. Let me do this. There we go. So we have some more news in the YNW Melly retrial, I guess we'll call it. So moving forward, there were some motions or some legal documents that were filed by Raven Liberty, and we're going to get into who these documents were filed for in a second. But there's been a lot of back and forth between the prosecution and the defense in this retrial that's trying to take place. As we know, Raven Liberty, her iCloud account was basically subpoenaed. So they got access, the state got access to her iCloud account. She found out from Apple, didn't know why. The defense wants to get the affidavit because they say YNW Melly needs to be able to know if he wants to move forward with his counsel or not. So there's been a back and forth about that. Judge Feen ruled and said, hey, state, y'all need to let them know, get them this affidavit so they can find out why you're investigating his attorney. The state said, no, we're not doing that. Sorry. Judge said, okay, now I'm ordering you to do that. The state said, well, it's an ongoing investigation. We don't want to do this. Fine. Now Judge Feen again ordered them, and they have a short period of time before they can give that to him. They finally get the affidavit. They find out why Raven Liberty is being investigated. She's being investigated for witness tampering, right? And amongst other things. So we're moving forward. They take shots at her in court. And now we're back at a place to where Judge Feen is upset because it seems like things are being delayed by both sides in some cases, right? So now Raven Liberty, she moves forward and she files this. All right. Shout out to Bryson over on X. Y'all make sure you go check him out. Show him some love. He says Attorney Raven Liberty has filed three deposition notices with the Broward clerk on Thursday. So yesterday, and they're going to do these in March. The examinations will be with Detective Garrett Steele, Danny Polo, who, if you were following the previous trial, there was a lot of controversy about him, and Christina Luna of the Broward County Sheriff's Office. This marks the second time Danny Polo and Garrett Steele will be examined in the retrial following the 2 among 5 deposed in December of 2024. YNW Melly will appear during an emergency hearing set for his ex-girlfriend, Mariah Hamilton, on Friday morning today in Broward County with Judge Feen presiding. All right. So now you're probably wondering, well, what's the big deal about Danny Polo? Well, we'll get into what's going on with him here in a second. Shout out to Law and Crime for this video. It's actually doing a little bit of a rewind going back to the initial trial. And we're going to hear some of his testimony and why there might be some controversy between not only Danny Polo, but Danny Polo and Raven Liberty. Here we go.
Yes, sir. Please state your full legal name for the record. Danny Polo. Please spell your first and last name for the record. DANNYPOLO. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And please have a seat.
Thank you.
Detective Polo, what's happened is you're wearing a mask now. Defendants have objected to that.
And this is the previous judge, by the way.
The state indicated that it's been done in other courtrooms and there's a predicate for it, I guess because of safety and security is the way I understand it, specifically your safety and security.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct, madam?
Yes, sir.
So I want you to come in here. I want to take some testimony from you outside the presence of the jury just to verify all of this. So, Ms. Bradley, I want to inquire.
Detective Polo, how are you so employed?
With the Broward County Sheriff's Office
How long have you worked for Broward County Sheriff's Office?
since 2015.
How long have you been assigned to the Strategic Investigations Division?
Since March of 2018.
In your time in the Strategic Investigations Division, or SAD, have you worked undercover operations?
Since that time and before.
And the undercover operations that you work, what type are they?
Majority of them are narcotics, firearms, violent crimes, gang-related investigations.
How many years did you spend specifically in the gang and organized crime section of the Strategic Investigations Division?
From March of 2018 till 3 weeks ago.
Have there been credible threats on your life?
Yes.
Is there currently a credible threat on your life?
Yes.
In terms of is there an amount of money assigned to the death of you that has been offered up?
Approximately $50,000.
In terms of your safety and security, why do you wear the mask for those reasons?
To protect my family. So I'm not walking around Broward County, Palm Beach County, Dade County, anywhere, and get ambushed by someone that might be looking for me. We've done
Dang, that's tough.
On multiple people in Broward County involved in the investigation where I got a threat, and outside of that.
And again, one of the reasons the state is investigating Raven Liberty because they are alleging that she had something to do with the hit. Wild stuff.
Investigation, there's photographs of deputies being sent around, people trying to figure out who I am and what I look like, and that's a kind of a concern for me. If it was just one person, I'd probably just write it off, but you know, after 5 or 6 cell phones got downloaded and there was pictures of many deputies being sent around saying, "Is this Danny Polo?" I'm like, okay, these guys are actually looking for me.
And
Dang.
so, Detective Polo, with regards to the prior times you testified in court, did you testify earlier this month before the Honorable Judge Martin Fine?
Yes.
How were you attired?
I believe I was wearing this suit probably.
And in terms of your face, how was that done?
Same mask.
Have you testified before the Honorable Judge Michael Usan in this courthouse?
Yes.
Was that in or around February and March of this year, 2023?
Yes.
And what case was that on?
That was the XXX Tentacion case.
And that was the death of that individual?
Yes.
How many times did you testify in that case?
It was twice.
How were you attired?
So he's
when you testified in
been
that?
involved in a lot.
Different suit, same mask.
And in terms of during that particular testimony, were individuals trying to call your cell phone and get in contact with you during the actual testimony?
Yeah, that happened.
And was this testimony live streamed as well?
It was live streamed.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
You have any questions
Yes.
on this issue? Go ahead.
Yes. What time did you get to the courthouse today and sit outside?
Just after 9 o'clock.
And were you wearing that mask?
No, sir.
In fact, you've been sitting out there for at least an hour unmasked as people were walking in and out, correct?
Correct.
Oh, dang. They got him.
Are you the only expert in dealing with gangs in DSO?
I believe I'm the only one that's testified as an expert at the Broward Sheriff's Office currently.
How about in the state of Florida? You know?
I'm sure there's other experts in the state of Florida.
And for the last hour, you've been right outside this courtroom where the doors are, correct?
Yes.
Unmasked,
Yes.
as people in this group, including myself, were walking in and out, correct?
Yes, sir.
You weren't concerned about your safety then?
No one knows who I was out there. And I was under the impression I was going to be allowed to wear the mask. So
yeah, and not to mention that he did an interview with Adam 22 as well. So this whole thing is a little bit weird. I'm not going to play the full video from Law and Crime. I'll leave the link in the description to this video. Let me know what y'all think about this and what we're going to hear from him moving forward. Seems like the state is going to try and point the finger at Raven Liberty, possibly. I don't see how it connects, but maybe y'all can let me know what you think. Yeah, he's not showing his face, but he's showing up in an interview. Let me see if I can find an interview with him, that interview. Let me see if I can find it. Interview. I just had it on YouTube too. I should have had this pulled up. Danny Polo. Oh man, I can't find it. Yeah, he said he was not showing his face because there were people that wanted to get him.
We'll be forcibly taking somebody's mask off. June 22nd.
Let me see if I could. That's not the right video. I should have had it earlier, but either way, if y'all want to go find it, it's pretty easy to find. Shout out to Rice Street. Rice Street's in the building. What's up, Rice Street? Rice Street's been over there hiding, ninja watching. Reverend Michael Garrison's in the building too. Good morning. Good to see y'all in here. Everybody just stopping by. So we got a couple more topics we're going to get to, and I'm going to get y'all up out of here. Let me see. Let me see. Did I miss any super chats too? I think I got that one. Did I get this one from Kara? Shout out to Kara in the building. Dropping the 5 bombs. She says, let the weekend begin with the rally statement. He's still acting like a victim. I guess he's going to be a forever victim. Because I don't think he's going to get anything from that first lawsuit. Now, with the second lawsuit, the defamation lawsuit, I think it's possible they could settle there. We'll have to wait and see. I have a feeling that Joe's going to fight this and see it all the way through. It's always hard to tell, though. It might not be worth his time, but we'll have to wait and see. Adam 22 called Relly and he hung up. Oh, for real? That was his chance, man. He should have went and got that money. Oh gosh. Let's get let me see. All right, we've got some more happenings going on in Fulton County. Oh, man. I'm going to keep shining a light on this, and we're going to keep doing our part here when it comes to what's going on with these Fulton County jails. I know y'all saw 2 amazing lawyers right here in Fulton County, the Fit Lawyer ATL and Happily Angry Lawyer, my guy Jim over there. But we got to talk about what's going on in Fulton County, unfortunately, again. I'm going to put Fani Willis up here. Are y'all cool? Can y'all let me know in the chat? Are y'all cool with me blaming everything on Fani Willis that happens here? I'm going to do it anyway, but I was just saying how awesome of an attorney you are, Happily Angry Lawyer. I appreciate you. Slim Life in the building with the 2 bomb says, have a great weekend, CEB gang. Much love. Appreciate you. Thank you for the support. Thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat, y'all. I appreciate every single one of you that chooses to go the extra mile and send in a super chat. So thank you to Slim Life, always showing love. All right, here we go. Let's get into this one. So we've got more issues in Fulton County. Not 1 issue, not 2 issue, but 3 issues. And it's not only in Fulton County, it's in the Fulton County Jail. Y'all know Rice Street. So we've got some things moving forward that Fulton County is trying to do to possibly make some changes to comply to all of the things the DOJ are saying they need to do moving forward to make sure Rice Street is safe. But amidst all of that, we still have some issues going on in the jail. Check it out from Atlanta News First. Here we go.
Live at 5, Georgia leaders trying to stop what some now call a humanitarian crisis inside the crumbling Fulton County jail. State senators just advanced a bill that would allow Fulton County to acquire the Atlanta City Jail. Atlanta News First senior reporter Patrick Quinn joins us now live at 5 from the Fulton County Jail. So Patrick, this push comes as yet another resident inside the county jail was stabbed just overnight.
Sad, man. Another person stabbed.
Last night, we're trying to learn more about this incident. I've asked the Fulton County Sheriff's Office, how is that resident of the jail doing? We do not have a condition update. We do know they were taken to the hospital, and those involved in the stabbing, the Sheriff's Office says that they have been charged accordingly. Now, this all comes as the state this week stepping in, they say, as a matter of public safety to expedite an end to this crisis.
And if you guys remember, we reported on this a couple of months ago. There was one gentleman, he got stabbed less than 24 hours in Rice Street. He was accused of being or participating in some type of shooting or stabbing, got into Rice Street, and then he got sent to the hospital immediately. It's bad. It keeps going.
The state is now trying to step in to curb the crisis at the Fulton County Jail. This week, under the Gold Dome.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All opposed? 2. All right, passes.
The Senate Subcommittee on Public Safety moved forward a bill that would allow Fulton County to acquire Atlanta's jail to help address the county's humanitarian crisis. Fulton Sheriff Pat Labatt told lawmakers more jail space would allow them to centralize jail residents battling mental health issues.
The addition of ACDC,
there he goes.
We could do a lot better, right? We could do a lot better.
You could do a lot better.
Mental health populations if we owned it.
Atlanta officials have stressed Atlanta's jail is not for sale and urged the county to look elsewhere. Senator John Albers, who lives in Fulton County, said it's appropriate now for the state to get involved as a matter of public safety.
So with that in mind, I think this is wholly appropriate to get this problem solved.
This fight over facilities comes just 4 months after the Department of Justice released a scathing report highlighting the unconstitutional conditions inside the jail, where just in 2023, there were 314 reported stabbings. A problem that still persists, with yet another stabbing reported overnight. County leaders told me in October, Fulton County will need a new facility. And even if the Atlanta City Detention Center doesn't open its doors, the county will have to turn to taxpayers to front the bill for a new building.
If they don't give us that building or transfer to us that building or sell it in some way, we're going to have to build some other building.
Yeah, that's what we've been saying.
The issue more complicated is Fulton County already leases space out of the Atlanta City Detention Center. This new push is about giving the county more control in Atlanta's jail. Now, as you heard, this bill got through a subcommittee this week. What's next? It has to go before the entire Senate, a part of the legislative session, and then before the entire House before the county can move in. Live outside the Fulton County Jail, Patrick Quinn.
So they are doing some work here. Have to give them credit for that. But we're still not seeing any improvement because you see all of these issues happening. It seems like every week we're having another issue here, another issue there. We've got probation officers being arrested for misconduct. We've got another stabbing here. I always stress so much to stay out of the system, but it's seeming like they're not making any improvements on this side as well. It's tough out here. What else do we have? Let's check out this news article from Fox 5 News. They're saying the Fulton County jail inmate's sister speaks out after her brother was reportedly extorted. What? Here we go. Hopefully I can get this to play. Hold on a second, y'all.
Fears her loved one could be killed before he gets his day in court. The inmate's sister says her brother is being extorted and threatened at knife point by gang members inside the Fulton County Jail.
Fox 5's Angelique Proctor has looked into the family's complaints. She joins us now from the Fulton County Jail with their story. Angelique.
Yes, good afternoon to you both. Well, this sister says she is speaking out because her brother needs help. She says things are so dangerous here at the Fulton County Jail that she believes her brother could die before he faces a jury.
Sad.
He's telling the officers and the officials inside that he is afraid, that he is receiving these threats, and they're doing nothing. They're taking it as a joke.
This Atlanta sister is upset at how she says her brother is being treated at the Fulton County Jail. She says inmates who are gang members have extorted her brother for money, demanding that he have his family send money through Cash App, or he will be harmed.
He
Sad,
called me.
man.
He said, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to send a Cash App. And someone took the phone from him. They said, you ready for the Cash App? Take it down. And I said, yes. And I sent the money, and then they hung up the phone.
Alexis, who didn't want to show her face out of concerns for her safety, says she sent $40 out of fear the first time. But when they called back a second time, she refused to send money, and the inmates made good on their promise of violence.
They came into his cell, and they attacked him.
How bad was the attack? Tell me about the injuries.
Really bad. He said it was 4 or 5 of them. They jumped on him, and one of them had a blade. He was stabbed in the foot, in the neck.
Alexis says her brother just entered the Rice Street jail in early January, but things started out poorly.
When he first got there, for weeks, he had been asking for a toothbrush, something as simple as a toothbrush, toothpaste, tissue. Didn't get it for weeks. Fulton County Jail has a horrible reputation as it is. I've never had someone on the inside to know firsthand, but now that I do, I can only imagine what families feel like to have people that are in there for years.
Now, I reached out to Fulton County Sheriff Patrick Labatt about these allegations. His staff says the inmate was placed in protective custody on Friday. He is now in a cell with locks. The staff says he was also treated for his injuries, and there is an active investigation into this matter.
Of course there is.
From the Fulton County Jail, Angelique Proctor, Fox 5 News.
And yeah, y'all asked a great question in the chat. What's he in there for? Well, let's find out. I'm going to read through this article real quick. An Atlanta family is fearful their loved one could be killed before he gets his day in court. Sister says Fulton County Jail inmate speaks out. What they're saying, the sister says she's speaking out because her brother needs help. And we heard that in the interview as well. Here's the backstory. She says the inmates who are gang members are extorting her brother for money, demanding that he have his family send money through Cash App, right? And then Sheriff Labatt responded. He said they asked him about these allegations. He said that the inmate was placed in protective custody on Friday. The inmate is now in a cell that locks. Why are they saying this like this is some grand amenity? Oh, he's in a cell that locks, guys. We upgraded him. The inmate was treated for his injuries, and there is an active investigation into the incident. So they don't say what he's in there for, and they don't say his name, probably because they don't want to get him into more trouble. But that's not the end of the issues here in Fulton County, because there's still yet another article. We've got an inmate hospitalized after stabbing at the Fulton County Jail, the sheriff's office says. Authorities said the individual responsible have been identified and are facing charges. This is another one. This is not the same incident. Not the same as the first one we covered. The second one, this is a completely different incident. What do they say? An inmate was stabbed at the Fulton County Jail on Thursday night, according to the sheriff's office. The inmate was taken to a hospital for treatment. Officials have not released the details about the inmate's identity or condition. Authorities said the individuals responsible have been identified and are facing charges. Officials said the investigation, they're going to face charges and be back in Rice Street. What's this going to do? Officials have not released details about the inmate's identity or condition. Authorities said the individuals responsible have been identified and are facing charges. Officials said the investigation into the stabbing is still active and no further information has been provided about what led to the incident. Fulton County officials continue to face scrutiny as they work to address longstanding issues at the Rice Street facility. It's all at the same place. The jail has been plagued by reports of violence, overcrowding, and inadequate resources. The stabbing comes months after the Department of Justice reached a court-ordered agreement with the Fulton County Sheriff's Office and the county to implement a corrective action plan. The plan aims to improve safety and living conditions following the 16-month civil rights investigation that found the jail's conditions to be inhumane, violent, and unsanitary. Not to mention 2 different lawsuits that Fulton County is facing right now. One led by Shannon Stillwell, Shannon Jackson, and the other led by the estate of someone who actually died in Fulton County because of bed bugs. This man wasn't getting proper treatment, and he ended up being stabbed, getting into fights, and died from bed bugs. It was just terrible. Didn't even have his day in court yet. The plan aims to improve safety and living conditions following a 6 months civil rights investigation that found the jail's conditions to be inhumane, violent, and unsanitary. All right, so hopefully we'll see some improvement in Rice Street soon. Maybe they can get this other facility to help reevaluate the housing situation, but prayers go out to those that are being held there, those that are being wrongfully held there, and just the whole nature of this entire system is just so bad. So we got a lot of work we got to do here. We're going to keep reporting on it and keep improving and working to improve everything that's happening here in Fulton County as well. Let me know what y'all think in the comments and in the chat. And shout out to the chat gang too. Y'all are in here, man, showing major love. I don't know are we still good? Can y'all see me okay? Because I got a message from YouTube that we might be struggle streaming a little bit. Well, I may be incorrect about Fulton County since they have holes in the walls. Even if you're on PC, somebody can come through the wall maybe. That's great. They can at least fly a drone in there for sure. Doesn't matter what anybody is in there for. They are a ward of the state, so they're not supposed to be assaulted or extorted for money. Facts. Exactly. Because when you're in protective custody, sir, you do not have to come out at all. And that's just to get a shower and then to go back and your meals are brought to you. Yeah, but even in protective custody, this man couldn't get a toothbrush. I said he's been waiting for months to get a toothbrush. They won't say what the bro did because it'll lead right back to him. Exactly. And yep. I'm glad you said that, Ro. So I was thinking the same thing. True story. They tried my son. I drove 5 hours. Oh, wow. I drove 5 hours to Fulton County and turned the Atlanta upside down, including the DA's office. I don't play about mines. I'm the family detective. Shout out to Simply BB. I bet he was thankful for you. Fulton County isn't the only county jail. There are horrendous. They are all horrendous, and there is zero protection. That's why you got to do your best to stay out. My guy, Les Cleaver in here drops a 5-bomb, says hearts and prayers for all in Fulton County, Georgia, Rice Street jail. Thank you for that, Les. Yeah. And free Monkton, free Yak Gotti. Innocent man, Yak Gotti, not guilty on all charges, is still sitting in jail. So sad, man. So sad. All right, y'all. I think we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. I appreciate every single one of you for constantly being in here showing love. Thank you to everyone who liked the video, and special thanks to everyone who sent in the super chats, man. Y'all were super generous. I absolutely appreciate it. Thank you to our amazing attorneys in the community that showed some love and gave some great insight. Happily Angry Lawyer was in here. We had the Fit Lawyer ATL, the Honorable Kel Bell in the building, as well as many of y'all. We are going to be live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you enjoy music from independent artists in the community, make sure you tune into the show tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you actually get a chance not only to vote and decide which artist is your favorite, but you get an opportunity to win $100 just for tuning into the show. So I hope to see some of y'all there. Hope you guys have an amazing, great weekend. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any time that we go live, because we'll be dropping some clips and videos throughout the weekend. I appreciate y'all. And of course, as always, you know what to do. Keep growing, keep pushing, keep it classy. We gone. Peace.